Hello, I'm MC Toon, and it's Toon's Day night, and I got a debate tonight. Initially, it was going to be with Matthew Element, who agreed, and when I confirmed that he wanted to agree, he actually got mad at me that I confirmed whether or not he wanted to come on, and then he bailed. Turns out he's not even a flat earther, he's a concave earther. When flat earth isn't derpy enough, you go concave. So this guy on Instagram, Earth is Flat Changed My Mind, has been wanting to debate me. And so I said, okay, you can fill in. And then he started demanding that I send him all my evidence ahead of time. I said, you won't show up if I do that. Because I know, because I've done that before. Every single time that I've sent my evidence ahead of time, without exception, they bailed. Every single time. And I told him that. And then he did this. He gave me his word. I said, but you will cancel, right? Talking about if you scroll up, you can see a little more. I'll show you that maybe later. I said, if I can't, then I'll admit it. If I can't refute, I will concede. You have my word and also my text of confirmation. Screenshot this. Take a picture, post it. I'm honest. There you go. So would you think, based on that he would be here and that he would be on audio for people to listen to? He knows I do debates live on YouTube every Tuesday. He knows what I do. Would he be right now in the Zoom call, ready to go to talk to me with his voice? Well, you'd think he would. If you were to read that, and if he were an honest person, you would know that. But there's a little problem. He is currently in the Zoom chat, the Zoom call, but he refuses to come on audio. So I will in fact just no tech issues. Mute donkey. He is not in audio. He hasn't turned on his microphone and speaker. So I'm just waiting for him to do that. Right on screen is his the confirmation that he will be here to debate me live. So there it is. Yeah, that we may need a fill in because his word may not be worth anything. Absolutely. Dean P, he is a fraud. Well, so far, he is a fraud. So now, funny thing, in the chat today, he admitted that he did not have any evidence for flat Earth. I know, hard to believe that a flat earther would actually admit that, but here is our chat. Excuse me. Let me scroll back here a little bit. So, P Barnes, can he present us evidence in interpretive dance? That would be good. And whatever your name is, I don't even know his name. He has multiple accounts on Instagram. They're all named Flat Earth. So Colony L3 says, hello, how are you doing? And your 33 kids. Very good. We are all doing very well. So thank you for asking. So yeah, maybe sock puppets. Maybe he can do a sock puppets. I would be happy. I saw PJ in there, or Mallory. If you want to bail out Mr. Earth is Flat, change my mind. So all right. So let's see here. So the deal was, and I gave a lot of concessions. I said I will only use things that I've personally done, which isn't science. There's no part of science that rejects things you did not do, because if that were the case, you could not use a computer because you did not make the computer. If you were to assemble the parts of the computer, you could not use it because you didn't explore and develop and invent quantum tunneling so that you could make the semiconductor circuits that are part of a computer. You can't do anything. You can't do anything in science if you say you had to do it yourself. You can't even measure the length of something because the length of the tape measure, you didn't make the tape measure. So that's how it works. Sorry, that's not how it works. But I did. I said, look, I will base things on what I personally did. It's not that hard. You can still figure out the Earth is a globe from that. So he's like, so you'll have something you verified, right? Not just hearsay. Well, that's not science, but fine. I said, you bet. So I sent it over. We had this little back and forth. You say, I could tell he was already looking for a way to escape. So send everything you want to go over so that I can prepare myself. I'd like to be able to do my own research so I can make sure your results are valid. Send me the number one irrefutable proof you have. I'll start with that. And I said, maybe it should start with the science lesson because he talks of proof. So I linked him the common misconceptions about scientific proof. I'll put that over here so that we can look at it. Right there by Satoshi Kanazawa. You've been with me for a little bit. You've seen this before. But yes, there is no such thing as scientific proof. So if you talk about proof, you are a pseudoscientist, because that is one of the traits of pseudoscience is declaring proof. So I sent that to him. Did he read it? Probably not. Probably not. In fact, he answered with, I'm not interested. He's not interested in knowing what science is about. He's instead interested in his science denialism. That's all he has. I get it. Where was it that he said he didn't have any evidence? There it is. I have no evidence of flat Earth. Of course you don't. The first flatty that has been that tiny bit, a little bit of honest enough to admit that he doesn't have any evidence for flat Earth. He says that very openly, but still is convinced that the Earth is flat. How could that be? How could you think the Earth is flat and knowingly have no evidence? There's one way. It's called indoctrination. He has been indoctrinated into thinking the Earth is flat. Let me explain that. Indoctrination is uncritically accepting claims that somebody else made. So if you think the Earth is flat and you know there's no evidence for it, you could not have critically analyzed it. You could not have come to the conclusion by means of critical analysis that the Earth is flat. So you got that. Mark Beiser, Dave Brooks, wouldn't it be amazing if MC Toon uploaded all of the evidence he uses, including citations and links, to a website? Yes, of course. So let me get down to this. So I said, you're in luck. Matthew backed up. I'll send the Zoom link. About then. Great. You'll have something verifiable. So here's what I did. I sent, I'll find out, pop down here to where I said, he types a lot. He sends a lot. So here it is. Number one. Oh yeah. Okay. You gave your word, not work. Misspelled it. Matthew 5. Matthew 5 is let your yes be yes and your no be no. Well, his yes was no so far. So here is, just like Mark Beiser said, just like Mark Beiser said, everything I sent him was right on my website. So the sun minimum angular elevation, a video that I did, which is on my channel, and the December 2019 solstice, where I measured the elevation of the angular elevation of the sun, and then using flat Earth, figured out how high the sun must be on flat Earth. So that's number one. I was going to test that. And of course, if you look at this FEBS number 6, right here, I use the angular elevation, or the height of the sun, and then calculate where the angular elevation of it would be in the middle of the night. Right there, which of course never works out, right? We know how far places are between each other. So I'm in Minneapolis here. From where I live to where the sun would be, the subsolar point on the day of the solstice, the 2019 solstice, it's in Myanmar. And we know how far away that is, directly across the North Pole. Even if the Earth is flat, we have that. And we get an elevation and an angular elevation of 21.35 degrees is how high the sun must be above the horizon. Was it? Well, of course not. We all know that. The sun is not there at night, even though it must be above the horizon if the Earth is flat. The sun was not there. So anyway, I sent that to him. Then I sent the second one is number 2 right here. I said, if the Earth is a sphere, the horizon must drop with increasing elevation. If the Earth is flat, the horizon must stay at eye level. I have measurements that I personally performed of the horizon at high elevation. There it is. So I was going to show that of course, if you've been around, it's on my website. It was when I flew from Anchorage to Minneapolis, middle of the night. Took a picture. Oh, did the horizon rise to eye level? Indeed, it did not. Earth is not flat. So, all right, let's see if he has anything. He's like, are you ready to state your case? I cannot participate with you in a live debate on YouTube if you're not with me live. So there it is. Anyway, it seems, because I'm still not hearing him, that he is not going to keep his word. So there it is. PJC or Mallory, if you're in the house or anybody else is in the house. So yes, did the Flurf bail? The Flurf did bail, and the George said. So did you miss the evidence? The flat Earth evidence? Yes. The 0 seconds that he had ready to do that. So no. He admits that there is no evidence for flat Earth. So good for that. Good for that. So there it is. There is his stuff. Anyway, yes, is Mallory here? Where's Mallory? We'll send Andre. I got an email from Andreas L. He's got another nomination video. So you made it in. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Mallory, I'll send you the Zoom link. And PJ, what do you think? If you were interested, let me know. Let's see. Is this it? This is it. There you go. So I have, while we're waiting on that, send me a message, PJ, if you are available, if you're interested. I got a couple messages on here on Discord. Okay. So, well, this is something I thought I'd show you while we're waiting on that. My wife knits and crochets, and she, quite a few years ago, she made a Doctor Who scarf, a Doctor Who number 4 scarf for my son, who then he lost it or it got old or something, so she made a new one, and it's big. So I thought I'd show it to you. So here it is. See, it's a pretty wide scarf, which is something already. So I'll just put it over my shoulder as it comes. It's not in a loop. It's not in a circle. You saw it just keeps going. She followed a pattern, actually. And I don't know how, there it is, how big it is. There it is. Look at that. That whole That whole thing is one giant Doctor Who scarf. She made it while we were driving to Florida and back from Florida. So there it is. A big Doctor Who scarf. So thank you for that. We're gonna give it to him, and he lives in his own house. So she's like, well, before we give it to him, let's you can show it off. So anyway, let's see. Still no. Still did not keep his word. I knew it. That makes 100%. I think this is fourth or fifth time I've sent all my evidence to a flatty and they ran scared. So, Kevin Conrad, I hope flurfs are ready for SpaceX to send 4 civilians to an orbit of 1,400 kilometers or 870 miles later this year, flying through the Van Allen belts. Highest Earth orbit ever besides Apollo missions. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yes, and the Krakatoni has arrived. So, King Crew, got my stuff sent. I saw King Crew in Florida, and I have a book, a Gravity book, that a baby loves Gravity book. That is his. It is his book, and I need to send it to him. But I saw him in Florida, and I thought I might see him in Florida, and I didn't bring it. I should have brought it. Anyway, I gotta send it. Still gotta send it. So let's see. Anything from Mallory? Nothing yet from Mallory. I don't know if is she here? She didn't even respond. Nothing from PJCnet. What's going on here? It's late for him, right? I'll send him the thing. Otherwise, Joe Whip, I'm such a scary guy. I am so scary. I mean, I was just gonna show him evidence, but maybe he got scared for that. So, she looks to be AWOL, says Texas Troy 78. I did send the link to PJ, but Jolene, yes, we know that about Mallory, but she's fun. She's funny. She's goofy. She is a performance artist. So, anyway. No boops to give. Anyway, I do have some other stuff that we could cover. I saw a crazy derpy video, so I will just pull that one up. So I've already, you've already always got to have something in your pocket just in case. So here is, I will turn off the sound because there's no necessity for the sound, and I'll switch it so you can look at it. All right, this is from Vibes of Cosmos. It's called Flights and Marine Traffic Maps. So have I talked about Dinoland yet? I have not yet talked about, the one sin. My camera is shaky. Yes, a lot of guys like bounce their leg, and if I'm touching the desk, which the camera's sitting on, then it shakes the camera. I'll stop. So here it is, the moon, and somehow maps are going to come out of this. Ooh, Joe Whip's getting eye surgery in the morning. Hope it goes well. Hope you get to keep them. All right, so somehow it changed from the moon to this. Right, so they inverted the moon, right? Adjusted the contrast so that would look like this. Then turned the some parts blue and some parts green, as if it's a map of a globe, apparently. Dave Rogers, disappointed and look forward to a debate with the Flurf who knows there's no evidence. Yeah. But I guess it's fitting. A flurf that knows there's no evidence doesn't even show up. So, uh, Dora Unku, what? You goofball. €5 says something else than a Titicaca joke. What is the volcano in Mexico called again? The volcano in Mexico? Is there only one? Well, let's just do it right here, so you can watch me look it up. Volcano in Mexico. What is the list of volcanoes in Mexico? There it is. There's a few of them. There's a bunch of them. I don't know which one you're talking about. Dora, how am I supposed to know? El Volcano. Hey, that's a good name for a volcano in Mexico. El Volcano. Yes. I suppose I could search by elevation. And there it is. Pico, which means small. Pico de Orizaba. Pico de Orizaba, 5,700 meters. Or are you talking about this one? Popocatépetl. Popocatépetl? I don't know. The first name that popped up, of course. What does that mean? The fake Joey Rocha volcano. Yes. There you go. All right. Well, that's I don't know. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Vibes of Cosmos. Back to this one. Popocatépetl, says Ace Fox. All right. So the map, this is the moon, remember? Zooming in, and this is supposed to look like something, I think. I don't know what it looks like. Pico doesn't mean small, it means 10 to the negative 12. Oh, Pico means peak. Angel Rivera says Pico de, and then whatever I got it wrong, means Orizaba Peak. All right. Maybe it's Mount Titicaca. Oh, no. All right, so now, flights traffic map, it says on there. Why does it say flights traffic map? And they just put in a square grid on top of it and a little cartoon plane. That's cute. And then an actual map. This looks like it's either Mercator or maybe an rectangular map. Zoomy. Calm down, Zoomy. So there's only music in this. There's no actual words in it. But you know, they zoomed in, and there's like, you see that? You got North Atlantic. This is the North Atlantic, apparently. It's just drawing lines between random points is what it looks like. And then put it onto like this flat earth map garbage. Okay, so here we have a little more. This is the Indian Ocean there. See that? See what it says Indian Ocean? Like he thinks that's the Indian Ocean somehow. And then, except Africa's gone. Oops. And that big blobby thing there, that must be Australia. And then over to the right's another big blobby thing. Maybe that's New Zealand. It got bigger. I don't know. That's just nonsense. Yeah, and Mute Donkey says, I can make fake maps and draw lines on it too. That's all it is. Why is this a thing? It's not. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. I tell you. Sometimes you need a little bit of this. All right. And so now it's the marine traffic map. And another equirectangular. I don't know. So yeah, so this is like random drawings. So all right, I put Goofball into the waiting room again, so he can go. he can go be dishonest on his own there while we watch this kind of. So for some reason, yeah, and then turning it back into the moon. Why? Don't know. Yeah, bigger jar than usual. Yes. Sometimes you need just a little more. So there you go, a crescent moon with where you can actually see, yeah. So for all the people, all the flurfs that are like the moon is transparent, it's not. Look at that. If you just change your exposure, you can see that there's more. There's always more. So flurfs don't understand photography. They never do. Yes, it's Earthshine. Yeah, they think it's a projection of the Earth on the dome, and we can even see continents. It's incredibly wrong. None of it would make sense. None of it matters. None of it is even the slightest bit sensible. So that's all they got, though. So what do flurfs understand? No. Flurfs see the crescent. We see the whole of the moon. Yes. Apophis Rex is here. Glad you're here. Apophis. Hold on a second. I tried to get your email address from your videos. You didn't have your email address. Can you contact me? mctoon at mctoon.net, or on Discord or Facebook or Twitter, I guess. So, yes. How can a self-illuminating object have shadows? Because a lot of the flat earthers think that the moon is self-illuminating. The fact that it has shadows immediately destroys that. You could not have cold moonlight. That would violate the first law of thermodynamics. I like to ask them, well, what temperature is moonlight? Because light has a temperature. They don't know. They only know what their Papa Flurfs told them. And their Papa Flurfs didn't give them that answer. So anyway, why is this? And by the way, there's no voiceover here. This is just, see, it's just audio going. So music. So there's that one. What was that about? Yep, they think it's the reflection of the Earth off the dome. Makes no sense. Why would it change phase? Oh, you're gonna send me an email later tonight. Thanks, Apophis. Good. Thank you for that, Rex. So now, let's see. I got a couple. Oh my gosh. This one. So flat earthers post memes. They love memes. They never look into the memes to see if it makes any sense because they're so easily indoctrinated. That's indoctrination, is uncritically accepting what somebody claims. So I think that a lot of the memes have been made by not flat earthers and then given to flat earthers to make them look stupid. So yes, I did. I put Earth is flat, changed my mind into the waiting room. But if he's ready to talk to me with his voice, then maybe let me know, Pokemon Logan. But it's up to him. If he can't, I get it. Not having evidence, not being able to refute the evidence that I give, I see it's a problem for him. But whatever. If he can't keep his word and he can't be here and have a live debate with me, then I get it. So could he debate using memes alone? Then that's what they want. So speaking of memes, well, here it is. This meme, I think a not flat earther made this to make flat earthers look stupid, saying rocks don't reflect light, neither does the moon, and then a picture of a rock reflecting light. Why would you do that? Why would a flat earther post this It makes no sense. This is a picture of a rock reflecting light with the words "rocks don't reflect light." It's so dumb. Flat earthers, you are so dumb. Incredibly dumb. So very, very, very dumb. But they post this. If you're on Facebook, if you're in any of the groups, this one happens like once a day. So there it is. Oh, that's not actually wrong. I don't know why that's in here. This is my folder of stuff for when they don't show. So, all right, here's another one. The Red Bull jump. Now, was it last week with Sam who talked about this? Supposedly ascended for over 23 miles. Not supposedly. Why would they don't even think that that didn't happen. Which took 2.5 hours. He launched from New Mexico and landed in New Mexico, 55 miles away. Did the Earth forget to spin? Of course not, because of conservation of momentum. They never understand conservation of momentum. So again, this is just a flat earther basically putting a giant tattoo in their forehead saying, I don't understand elementary school math and science. That's it. Mr. QTube, first name Fa, says the meme has a grammatical error. Should be it's without an apostrophe. As it's with an apostrophe. You, where is that? Is it the other one? This one? Oh yeah, right there. The moon is its only, yes. The moon is own light source. Yeah. I'll give it, you know what? That's a common grammatical error. Talking Ape says, has the Tonga volcano provided evidence for globe? Well, every volcano. Because what causes, where's the magma from on flat Earth? Where's the magma? Need some magma explanations there, flatties. So, all right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to admit. We'll see. We'll see if he's ready to talk. All right. When you're ready to talk, let me know. S. Aston, what kind of incident do you think would be enough to end flat Earth? Well, you know, the stupid will always be among us. They're not going away. So, what will happen is they can be significantly less successful in scamming new people. That could happen. But the ones that are super committed, like the ones that know that there's no evidence for it and still think the Earth is flat, they don't care. They're going to be indoctrinated and really stupid the rest of their life. So the guy that isn't honest enough to show up for the debate tonight, he's too stupid, and he will never get better from his stupidness and from thinking the Earth is flat. It's a one-way street for a lot of people. The challenge is to prevent them from taking the trip on that down that street of stupid. And so I think the event that's going to do it. I think the event. Oh, Norman Dixon, did I? Oh yeah, I'll get it. I think the event will be when enough people have been to space that everybody knows somebody. That's a high bar, but if your uncle went to space and you trust your uncle and you know him and you don't think that he would lie to you, and then some flat earther comes and says the Earth is flat, space is fake, blah blah blah, nobody's ever gone, then you're like, well, hold on a second, my uncle went and I trust my uncle, I'm sticking with my uncle. Or your dad or your mom or your sister or your brother or somebody, right? Once enough people have gone that everybody knows somebody, not necessarily a relative, but that will be enough so that they won't have success in scamming new people. So Philip Kidd. That would just be proof of how big the conspiracy really is. Yeah, so I will temper that a little bit by saying, yeah, there probably still will be a very small number of people stupid enough to believe it. But what it does is it'll just put the number of digits between the decimal point and the 1. I'll explain that in a second. It'll just move that farther out. What I mean by that is flat earthers are the dumbest 0.00000000001% of human population. I did 10 zeros. I'm estimating. They're the dumbest, that percentage. So in order to fool, once everybody kind of knows somebody's been to space, you're just going to have to put another 0 in there. Maybe 2 zeros. At some point, there'll be enough zeros that their street evangelism just won't cut it anymore. So, well, he left. So he is not a man of his word, even though I told him he would run. I said, you won't come. He did not. I'll put it up on screen again. I said you won't come, and he didn't. Let's see where to go. That. There it is. There it is. I said, but you will cancel. And he said, you have my word and also my text of confirmation. So he gave his word. Didn't show. Decided not to debate me live today. So anyway. Let me see here. We got Norman Dixon said, if the moon is just a light in the sky, someone needs to clean the bugs out of it. Oh, yes. Leon Daly, I tried to persuade Mr. Change My Mind to debate with voice, but he only wants to talk via text. Apparently, it's my fault. Well, good luck convincing your 0 friends of that. I don't care. You know that I do live debates, typically face-to-face. You didn't want to have your face on screen, so that's fine. I prepared something. I prepared this one for you. That was for you. Look at that. Look how nice that is. That's, just for you, a little Lego Flat Earth thing. That's actually from Andreas L. That's his Lego Flat Earth that he built. Pretty cool of Andreas there. So he gave his word. That's why he could not talk. He has no more word left. I have his word. Doofus. Too many zeros. The population of the Earth is only in the billions. I know. Said it's an estimate. Come on, people. Don't be so nitpicky. He's back. I see he's back. Well, get your microphone working. So, Lael says, we all know that hot air is more dense than cool air. So where does the hot air come from in volcanoes? Marcus Dresden? Something makes me think of Ricci right now. Yep. James Scott, without flurfs, we would not come together as a community to know how dumb people can really be. That's the only time I'm thankful for them. Well, count your blessings, people. Because they aren't sending enough people up to space yet. So you won't know, and everybody won't know somebody's been to space for a little while still. So the flurfs will still be among us. Zumi says, it's really funny though. Every flat earth meme group I'm in on Facebook all use Eric Dubé's proofs, even though they've all been debunked. Soft reset, yes. Not only that, but the Religiflurfs all claim that Dubé is not their flurf. It's actually kind of rare on Facebook anymore to see any flurfs that send Dubé stuff, because maybe it's Facebook, right? Facebook seems to be mostly Religiflurfs. You go to Discord and you get the 24/7 server, you get a wider variety of them there. You still get plenty, but it's a wider variety. So, and Eric Dubay specifically doesn't like Christianity. He specifically attacks it. So the religious flirts, they say they don't like Dubay. But the funny thing is, of course, they got into it the same way. I see them reject it, but they all got in the same way. They got in by watching Dubay's videos. So they got in with that, with a whole bunch of garbage evidence that they don't bring up anymore. So this is what convinced them, right? And then they're like, oh, none of that works. But I'm going to stick with this other stuff, which also doesn't work, by the way. And then they're like, oh, none of that. And then you get to where Mr. Change My Mind, who doesn't keep his word, has basically had conceded that he has no evidence for flat Earth, but still thinks the Earth is flat. He's the first, I gotta say, he's the first one. They all entered the black hole of stupidity. Oh dear, Marcus Dresden. Toon said flatties are the most stupid 0.0000x percent. 0.50 is Raichi percent of people. Yes, Raichi comes to mind with all those zeros. Let's see. Mute Donkey says, get ahead of the curve. It's all about hollow Mars. True. All right. Desert Coyote 22 says, doesn't surprise me he won't actively debate. Used to being protected by Instagram comments and DMs. Yes, he is very snowflakey. I don't know. He's scared to defend his faith in flat Earth. So Philip Kidd gestures hypnotically to convince us all it's a globe. How about that? So anyway, let's see if did Mallory respond. Nothing from Mallory. Come on, Mallory, and nothing from PJ. So, all right, well, that means I'll put up, I got another video to show you. So this sickness that's been going around lately, there's a lot of super uneducated people that claim that the medicine for the sickness is to intentionally make people take permanent dirt naps. Which is really weird because clearly they didn't think through this claim, because you're going to know that people are going to be resistant to it. And who's going to be resistant to it? The people that you don't, that the nameless, faceless, they don't want living. And the ones that will take it are the ones that the nameless, faceless, they do want living. And so the nameless, faceless, they wants this group to stay alive and doesn't want this group around. And so what are they going to do? They're going to make this group go away and keep this group. Wait a second, that's all backwards. That makes no sense. They didn't think that through. So here's my proposal. You know those, you open up a new box or something that you got at the store, and it's got that little packet in it. What does that little packet say, everybody? What does that packet say? It's got these little beads in it, and you feel it, and you're like, oh, what is this? And then right on it, what's it say? Come on, right in the chat. What's it say? On these little packets in the new package of something that you just got. Not made in China. It says, do not eat. Why does it say do not eat? Well, it's not food. It's probably going to hurt you. It might be poison. It's a desiccant is what it is. It's to absorb moisture. So really, if the nameless, faceless they wanted to make people go away, what they would do is they would tell people not to eat those things. So, I've said this before. This isn't the first time I've said this. Oh Oh, you're not going to believe this. I found it. I actually found it. Let me get this. You're not going to believe it. This is, what is it? It's Truth Unveiled and then some numbers. That's the name of this channel. It's actually some Jake the Jake Holes fans. And here it is. The name of it is How to Remove Jinn Demon Parasite Morgellons. Archon. You ready? Do not take their advice, people.
So there I was doing Reiki on myself about 2 weeks ago when I feel...
All right, doing Reiki on himself. Pseudo crap science stuff.
Little beads of sand coming out of my nose. Lo and behold, we caught them on camera. It was the Jinn demons in their plasmatic form.
Jinn demons in their plasmatic form. Oh my gosh. All right, so here he is. He's messing with his nose. Watch his nose.
Lo and behold, we caught them on camera.
And then you see that thing fly across the screen? Wait, so his nose is over there. You can't make this up, people. Can I do one frame at a time here? Let's see. This isn't YouTube. This is whatever. Right there, look at that. There's this thing going across the screen. What is that? That's just something going fast across the screen. I have no idea. No idea. Why is he picking his nose on camera? Well, he says it was silicon coming out of his... Silicon coming out of... Silicon is sand. Okay, that's what he's talking about. Sand. Maybe he went to the beach. I don't know.
It was the Jinn demons in their plasmatic form.
In their plasmatic form.
Flying out my nose. And lo and behold, about 2 weeks later, I get this red mark on my nostril from
picking his nose aggressively.
I was rubbing, doing hands-on healing Reiki. And this is where the Morgellon is going to come out.
There's no such thing as a Morgellon. Can you... Oh my gosh.
The demons form in triangles, 3 dots at a time, and they put the bones out of place, which causes male pattern baldness. But their main objective...
So he's blaming his baldness on Morgellons.
...is to get your neck out of place and your nostrils out of place, so you're never comfortable and you can't breathe. And this is what causes diseases, these blockages. When they get enough power, they'll turn into cancer.
This is a flat earther. This is a flat earther channel.
When enough silica gel is eaten, yes, the do not eat packets,
yes,
the demons will begin to come out of your body. They can be removed by hands-on healing, which is why in the Bible it said Jesus would exorcise demons with his fingertips.
Oh my gosh. That's it. That's it. That's their video. They said eat the do not eat packet. I was kidding when I said that weeks ago. I said it weeks ago. I don't know where it was, but then they do it. Oh. I don't know. He eats that. He eats the silicon packets. This is his video. This is what he wants you to do. So I don't know why Jinn demons in plasmatic form are so wimpy that silicon gel desiccant can't defeat them. Oh my gosh, what a dummy. Oh, that's how smart flurfs are. It's a bunch of idiots. Yes. I can't believe it. This channel is one of my favorites. They have so much. I'll give you a little hint about what they have. Just a little hint. Hold on. Right here, look at this. See this? Just a little. I know. Oop. And here's the back. Right there. There's the back. Oh yeah. They got one of these. You know what that is? You'll have to look. You'll have to wait. I'm going to do a video on it. They got one of them. Does the Jinn demon often work with tonic demons, says Microraptor? Maybe, maybe. Deadly Dave says, oh wow, I mostly predicted video, but was trying to be excessively dumb for comedic value. Flurfs be so dumb. Yes, Flurfs be so dumb. Incredibly dumb. There's Mute Donkey, because Jinn are from the Middle East, so clearly they are afraid of sand. Anyone who has spent time in the desert hates sand. Lael says, you're missing the bigger picture. Jesus exorcised the Jinn demons out of people. I don't know how that has anything to do with it. Jesus didn't do it by having them eat. That's not how Jesus did it. He didn't have them eat silicon gel. That's not anything. Oh, so there you go. I got another one. Springer News 1 says, why don't they, trademark, just put it in the chemtrails? Yes. Why don't they put it in the chemtrails? Oh, geez. Well, there you go. That. All right, I got, okay. This is, I'm probably going to do a video. I'm not going to do a video on that one, but I might still do a video on this one. So promise to still watch it when I do this. So let's see here. So, oh, these, they're so goofy. They're so weird. So, all right, here it is. Truth Unveiled, some number. Same
Hi there. Today
channel.
we're going to be talking about Organite and its main principles, how to make it, and what do I use it for. So it's basically 3 easy steps. You take an epoxy chemicals, 2, mix them together, add some metal shavings and crystals, have a silicone mold, and basically you have yourself an Organite at the end of it.
Now, if you look, they have some filter where all the bright stuff is like, it's all digital, but you can see it twinkling, so watch for that.
And really you want to add very interesting things, unique things. I added colloidal gold to mine, and sometimes I add different pipes or different copper coils, which will manipulate the channel.
No, I'm not playing it at double speed bitwise. This is the speed. Yeah, normal. You can't see that really, but there it is, normal. Playing it at normal speed.
Energy around you in a different way. It's good to be unique and creative when making Organite. In the video I'm about to show you, that's me making a step-by-step Organite process, so everyone wants to learn. And it has an array of. So, doing Organite, I'll do the thing. It's woo and nonsense. And Organite is actually, I think, a mineral. So what she's making isn't actually an Organite. I also have I bought it this summer at one of those places that sells rock. This is I don't know. Another thing that's supposed to protect you that doesn't, but it's supposed to protect you. So, all right. It's a health. Here's the important thing. It's for health. She's doing this for health. They think that 5G is a problem. So it's an invented problem. 5G is safer than 4G. But she doesn't know that because the idiots that she listens to didn't tell her that. Anyway, it's for health. Remember, it's for health. That's why. Many benefits. Cleaning chi energy, stagnant energy, healing sickness, manipulating weather.
Manipulating weather.
Helping with mental distress, getting rid of demons, and everything around that. In the early years, Wilhelm Reich basically invented the principles of Organite, or founded them as we know them today. Though the Organite itself has changed physically over time, the principles remain the same, and it is a chi energy, cloud busting, 5G protecting device.
See?
That you can make pretty cheaply and regularly in your own home. It's illegal to mass produce. It's not illegal to make for self-use.
It's not illegal to mass produce. It might be illegal to sell because it's snake oil.
So with that, I'll be showing you in this video how to make it.
Oh geez. And today I'm making a cylindrical shaped.
A cylindrical shape. Actually, she said cylindrical. Let's listen again.
Shaped.
Oh, hold on. I gotta go farther.
Oh geez. And today I'm making a cylindrical shaped.
A cylindrical shape. It is not cylindrical shaped. It's not cylindrical shaped. It is. It's a rectangular solid. A cylinder would be a cross section of a circle, but no, it's a cross section of a square.
Crystal generator for defeating stagnant energy and loose energy and generating a positive field. This one right here is a wand I'm going to be making, and sort of a brick wand. And as you can see, there's a couple rods in it, metal rods. And that's important when you make orgonite, that you have a good amount of metal in there to carry the charge from the pressure that's going to be put, as you'll see, on these specific crystals. And since there is pressure on them, it'll release a natural piezoelectric charge into the metal and carry out into the etheric energy around the generator.
The etheric energy around the generator. It's so much nonsense.
So today we're going to be using a really nice crystal clear epoxy.
I don't know why that's in. Oh, this is the list of garbage that she put in. That's supposed to do magic stuff. Milky quartz. Rose quartz. Red jasper. Some kind of pretty stuff. But it's basically those things that you get at the those little novelty stores. Then in the back section they got that little thing that the 10-year-old kids go to. They're like, Daddy, can I buy a bag of these rocks? Like, oh no, for $10, get out of here. Let's quick, let's leave before they want to buy everything. Anyway, that's what she put in there. Rainbow fluorite, blue quartz, amethyst, ruby.
This is how we make the resin in our silicone mold.
I love how she makes this.
Right here we have resin part A. Okay, so resin part A is your resin, and then you're gonna have the part.
Wait, what was in her hand? What's in her hand?
And I've come to learn with these 1 at 50/50 ratio pretty much all the time.
All right. You see those two red plastic cups that are right next to each other there. Pay attention.
It really depends on the ones you get, but the ones I've gotten are 50/50 ratio, hardener, and epoxy. I don't really use gloves. I just get it on me. Whatever.
Don't get it on you.
So I'm gonna look into the cup and see where I want to line it up to. So this is right there. Alright, so again, with ratio, this is the resin. Let's stick it.
John Fox 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are now pouring them.
What is she pouring that into? She's pouring it into a pot, a large pot for cooking it.
Totally in. Make sure we get all.
Why? Why did she put it in that the cooking pot?
Thank God for everything.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
There's a bug that appeared here. You see the bug?
Yeah. She's using the cooking pot to mix a 2-part epoxy. I don't think she's going to be cooking out of that anymore. Yeah. Everybody. Doreka, how much you want to bet she's using that pot for cooking later? She wants to be healthy. It's just so stupid.
And here is my finished product. It's a pretty big one.
What's in her hand?
Actually, the biggest.
Look at that. She's doing this for health. And she gave a list of things that she thinks it will protect you from. None of them exist. But she smokes. Pro tip, if you want to be healthy, there's this kind of a list of things to do to be healthier. Up near the top of that list is stop smoking. At the very bottom of the list is making an orgonite generator, because it's all woo and nonsense. In the chat we've got Jin Demon in plasmatic form. So yeah, it's Mute Donkey. So you put a bunch of rocks in resin and it makes you healthy. Apparently. Apparently.
One of the heaviest and densest ones I've made yet. I talked about all the crystals that are inside of it. I added a few extra things. I added some brass shavings and some more coils. And this is
Brass shavings and coils. For why?
a
Don't
very
know.
powerful device. And here's the ending results on my Orgone cylinder wand.
Again, it's not a cylinder. It's she doesn't even know it's not a cylinder.
I even have an Orgone generator I put on the tip, an old one I made, and it has tinfoil lining on the sides, as well
Lots
as
of tinfoil
copper,
needed.
brush scrubber and metal rods in it, as well as chromatically colored crystals going through the color spectrum. It has a lot of weight to this. It's very charged. There was a windstorm actually when I made it. A really big windstorm hit.
Yeah, when the storm hit.
Basically that. And thank you, and I hope this helps you people at home how to make organite. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you want to give this a like, it doesn't really matter. If you like it in your heart, that's all that matters. And God is great beyond measure.
Feel like it in your heart. Oh dear. Maybe she is also a flurf. She is a flurf, Dora. She is a flurf. That's how I found this channel. Was I think through Jake the Jake hole. So yes. Yep. So quit smoking, number 1. Number 7 billion, make an orgone generator. Does she do the Jilly juice? Oh no. Probably. They have this thing where it's just inverted. Everything that makes sense, they don't believe. Everything that does not make sense, they do believe. Like flat Earth. They lack the ability to critically analyze things. That's how they got to be flat earthers. That's how they got to thinking that you needed to protect yourself from something that isn't harmful. So there it is. First thing to quit, Jake the Jake hole. Yes, that's a good thing to quit. So there it is. Yeah. The amount of derp on that channel. I'll give you the name for it, so you know it's Truth Unveiled something. I'll find it. You want to know. And of course, yes, Truth Unveiled. They're on the list. You know what list I'm talking about? Truth Unveiled 1, 1, 2, 3. So yes, so many. 166 videos they have. Him, her and her boyfriend apparently. I don't want to spoil it. There's a lot more good there. A lot more derp on there. So that's that. I got that done. I got their don't eat the silicone gel. So, you want one more? Paul, quitting smoking is a piece of cake. I've done it hundreds of times. Lael, do we really want they to unleash the many jinn demons into the earth by spreading silica gel in the chemtrails? I don't know. Is it a new vein of stupid to mine? It is. It is.
With all the
It is. Oh, if you heard that, anybody recognize that voice? It was just short. Matt Klein, probably not. Ben says, I'll be on a flight tomorrow. Do you want me to get some eye level photos or do you have enough already? Oh, I always appreciate more. I'll show you. It's can be a little bit of a challenge to get it because it depends on weather. Because you want a good crisp picture. So I'll show you this. So here is mine that I took on the way back from on the way back from Anchorage, right there. So you see this one is really good, but you see at the top we've got the coordinates. So I turned on my phone, or I turned off the airplane mode, which doesn't matter anymore. And so I've got the coordinates. I got the elevation, 35,000 feet. This is the theodolite app.
So if this is important to have the theodolite app, and it's important most of the time to calibrate it. So you go to the ocean is the best place, and you calibrate it. There's a calibration thing where you just it brings you through the steps to calibrate it. I had calibrated this the day before, so it was good to go. It was very accurate. So there, the horizontal line is the horizon. Below the horizon is the moon. So that's very helpful. I mean, that destroys flat Earth, unless the flat earther actually wants to claim that the top of the moon is 35,000 feet high, which some do, to great hilarity, because everything falls apart when you do that. It gets even more difficult. So, but what you see here, this one, you don't see the horizon. You don't need to in this one. You see the moon. But if you can get a good crisp horizon, especially if there's no clouds, that's ideal. I have a few pictures of that. And if you can, even better, if you can measure the actual dip of the horizon, because typically from an airplane, you expect somewhere between 3.2 to 3.5 degrees dip. So, did I hurt Sean Hawkins' feelings? Oh, no, Sean. You're right. I don't mean to move on. I was following a line of thought. So let me just finish this, and then I'll do that, and I'll come back to yours, Sean. So you, if you can, if anybody's on a plane, get the theodolite app, calibrate it as best you can, and then when you're at the top of the flight there, see if you can get turn the GPS on so that you can get the position and the dip. So there's that. Sean Hawkins had a super chat for $5. Says, I spent a year mining hippie crystals on Mount Ida, Arkansas. I saw that. That's I love hippie crystals. Is perfect. Perfect words. Oh, Sean, did you leave already? Don't leave, Sean. I hope he's still here. But anyway, yes. Sean gets impatient sometimes. So he's no response from him. He does seem to be out. But yes, hippie crystals on Mount Ida. I don't know where Mount Ida is, but I drove through Arkansas a little bit ago on the way back from Florida and on the way to Florida. And yeah, it is a lot of nothing in Arkansas. A lot of nothing there. We did go through Mobile. Oh, that's Alabama. I don't know where we just like caught the corner of a couple states. So there it is. This is the Jinn demon talking, says MC Toon. You're doing a very good job because I'm controlling you. Ben says, no worries. I'll see what photos I can get and email them to you in the next few days. Thanks, Ben. That's good. Darn it, Sean, are you gone? Dora and Coot. Arkansas, isn't it Arkansas? It's pronounced Arkansas. I don't know why. It's pronounced Arkansas. Doesn't make sense. But it is. It's not pronounced Arkansas. So there's that. Well, Arkansas has mountains in the Ozarks, hardly nothing. Iowa, on the other hand, yes. Iowa's pretty dull. The part of Iowa that's not dull is the east side, because it's right next to the river, Mississippi River, and so it does go up and down hills. So anyway, that's what I have. I am going to be assembling the this here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll move that up. Iowa Hawks, as I resent that remark. Dude, you live in Iowa, you know. Iowa Hawk, do you live near the actual city that is that the Hawkeyes? I don't even know what city the college is in. Is it Iowa City? Anyway, do you live near? Why do you have a Hawkeye? Are you a big fan? I guess.
Andrew Rouse says, I just got here and don't really know what's going on, but I still want to see an Oakley versus Toon showdown. He's probably watching right now, actually. Oakley. I don't think Oakley watches. You know, Ranty talks at length about how flat earthers never watch Globe content. It kind of hurts their precious. So I doubt very much. And so at a couple of the times when he's done videos on me, it's shown me that he doesn't know what I do most of the time. So anyway, so yeah, but I think that'd be that'd be funny. I definitely would love to debate Oakley. I don't know why. I mean, I do. I know why. I know exactly why. I shouldn't have said it. I know exactly why he won't debate me. He hates evidence. He'll only debate me where he can mute me. So, poor guy. Anyway. So, let's see. Stringer News 1 says, true fact, it's illegal to say Arkansas in Arkansas. I learned the hard way after getting tired of people pronouncing the S in Illinois. Yep. Thank you for that. Illinois is a nice place. Scott Stratford says, Toon, I haven't been able to see you live for a while. Keep it up. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for that. So yes, Oakley is a coward. He's a bit of a scaredy. I've offered to debate him on a neutral platform. He won't. He won't. We get a little top off here. So QE won't either, and now both of them are saying that they'll charge like $5,000 or $10,000, $15,000 to debate, which makes it super apparent how frightened they are. So they normally have the smaller one, but I don't know. This is the Jin Demon talking. Says, you are afraid to debate me, and you know all Jin are flirfs. Yeah. Bam Tom says Iowa is the Holy Land. Why would you say that? It's yes. So, and Oakley, you look at his tactics. He does everything he can to avoid actually addressing the topic. Thad was on last week. Thad, who did some assistance on the theodolite, not theodolite, the sextant challenge that we did with Hip Hop Hippie. So Thad went on, and I'm like, Thad, what are you doing? He's never gonna address your stuff. Well, he didn't address the stuff. Instead, Oakley cherry picked out of context a comment that Thad had done on a Discord server months ago or whatever, intentionally leaving off the context to make it look like Thad was saying something that he was not saying, instead of actually addressing the content that Thad was bringing that day. He can't address the content. It was about sextants. Does a sextant work on flat Earth? It does not. There is no flat Earth anything that works for sextants. All they have is a misunderstanding of the geometry. And I have a picture. Yeah, here it is. They always talk about curved adjacent. Well, they don't even know what they mean. So of these three lines here, this one here starting here down to there, this one here going across, and this one here going up. Which of those three lines is curved? None of them. They're all straight. But they also do miss that you can measure an angle between two lines that are both curved, or one curved and the other straight. You can measure the angle. The angle of intersection is there. The tangent point has an angle. This is basic geometry you cover in middle school. They don't know that. They don't know middle school geometry. They could know it, but it doesn't work for them. They have a narrative they must support, so they have to reject basic geometry. And so then that leaves them with just avoiding the actual argument, never addressing the actual argument. Because the argument is, can you use a sextant to measure the angle to stars and then correctly get your location on the Earth? And of course you can. But not unfortunately for flat Earth, all of the parts of that require the Earth to be spherical. So, for example, you've got this dip angle here, right? Between horizontal, which is a tangent point, a plane tangent to the downward vector at your location, and this one here, this line width that goes from the viewer's position down to the tangent point of the curve of the horizon. Well, if the Earth was flat, this wouldn't exist, because this would go off indefinitely far, or at least many thousands of miles, unless you're near the ice wall, which wouldn't work. It'd be even worse because the ice wall is higher than the water, so it'd have to be up. The horizon would be up if you're near so it doesn't work. The fact that there is a dip at all doesn't work for them, number one. Number two, the position of the stars is mapped on a sphere. Not on a hemisphere, on a sphere, a full sphere. Doesn't work. The distance between the GP, the point directly beneath the star, and the observer is nautical miles. Nautical miles are based on the number, yes, 60 nautical miles between 1 degree of latitude or 1 degree of longitude on the equator, which is based on the radius of the Earth. In fact, you can know the radius of the Earth just by looking at that dip angle and saying, all right, well, let's put a line here, and then let's go until it's dropped a certain number of degrees, 1, 2, 3, a tenth of a degree, whatever. Measure that distance very accurately, and then multiply by 360, whatever math you need to do to get the full circumference, and then you know the radius. None of that it works for flat Earth, because every single one of those things first has the Earth as a globe as the first part of it. So nothing about sextants works for flat Earth. So what do? They obfuscate and they deflect and they dodge. And they say, well, the curved adjacent. Well, which one of these is curved? Well, they say this one here. This low one. Well, this is the one we're measuring. They say the curved adjacent is the one. Well, number one, we're not using it. Number two, you can measure an angle to a curved adjacent if you want it anyway. So they only have misunderstanding, and they go and they fool their uneducated followers into thinking that they're smart when they're not. Some people say Oakley's faking and he's just scamming people for money, and some people think he's actually that dumb. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The people that are following him are dumber than he really is, or dumber than he's pretending to be, because they believe him in that. So John the Gamer Man in alternating caps. But MC Toon, I don't know what you're talking about, but refraction definitely explains it. And also, what is your cause and effect? Yes, the misunderstanding of science into thinking that you have to have cause and effect. That's the only way to do an experiment, is cause and effect. So no, that's not it. Golden Knight says, isn't a sphere half of a dome? Apparently it is, according to Jason. If you read the nomination stream for top left earlier, Jason, bargain basement Fred Derp, thinks that a sphere is half of a dome. He's got it the wrong way. He doubled down on it. So anyway, Immu Donkey, this is where they claim personal dome or simulation without understanding either of those two. Yes. And Philip Kidd, not nautical miles, squoy miles. Brian's logic says so. And then they'll say you're begging the question. Of course, also independent variable, dependent IVDV. Um, they actually cite Richard Feynman at times, who said, well, I'll play it. It's really quite simple what he said. Certainly doesn't work in their favor. Let me make sure that... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. So Feynman said this.
I'm going to discuss how we would look for a new law. In general, we look for a new law by the following process. First, we guess it. Then we well, don't laugh. That's really true. Then we compute the consequences of the guess to see if this is right, if this law that we guessed is right, we see what it would imply. And then we compare those computation results to nature. Or we say compared to experiment or experience. Compare it directly with observation to see if it works. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science.
That simple statement is the key to science, that you have a hypothesis. He said it's fine to guess. So the begging the question, does begging that they like to say, because basically a hypothesis is an if-then. If this, then that. And they're like, well, that's a begging the question. So you don't like hypotheses at all. There's no hypothesis that they like, because it's always begging the question. It's always a test. We're going to see about this thing. We don't know yet about it. We'll just make a statement about it, right? That's a guess. It's a begging the question. A educated guess is better than a sloppy guess, whatever. So you do that, and then you compute the consequences. Where was the IVDV in there? He didn't mention it at all. So Oakley's IVDV stuff, his must prove the cause stuff, none of that is actually a necessary part. It's not dogma. It's applying logic. So you think about how to do it, you figure out how you can test it, and if it makes sense, then when other people read it and see how you did that experiment, they will then use their brains to figure out if it makes sense. And if it makes sense, then you're good. That's it. It's not a formula. Not a formula like that. It's very basic. So, let's see. Here, Henrik Engert says, has any flat earth proof been peer reviewed? Of course, science does not prove things. So as soon as they say proof, I know that they're a pseudoscientist. They don't know science. Some people inadvertently use the word proof, but you can tell the context of a flat earther. Where's your irrefutable proof? Oh, you're not interested in science then. So no, there has been no flat earth proof or evidence that's been peer reviewed. None. One of the characteristics of pseudoscience is claims of proof. Another one is no peer review. They don't want other people to review it. When somebody reviews this, say you've got an error here, they don't go fix it. They just find an excuse around it because they started with the conclusion. They don't care about how they got there. They just want to make sure they get there to the conclusion. So, Eric Appelding, if hypotheses are begging the question, then so is the scientific method. Absolutely. They don't want science. They have to reject science because science destroys flat earth instantly. Dora says, let's see, they are applying logic. They are just using Brian's logic. Ouch. Ouch. Yep. Geistview, in all caps, I'm not going to yell, says science makes no proof claims. If something is proven, it can't be falsified. If it can't be falsified, then it's not science. Absolutely. Proof is binary. It is true or false. So if something is true and therefore not false, then there's no ability, right? And also, secondarily to it, proof is forever. So it's binary and it's forever. Proof is. You can't just later change something that's been proven. It can't change. That's why it's not what science does. So Paul says, just ignore this, not an important comment. I shall. Oh, and that's why I put proof in quotes. Absolutely. Yeah. And I appreciate that you put proof in quotes. I do that all the time when I talk to flat earthers, and I'm like, hey, you should come on and show me your best flat earth proofs. And I put proofs in quotes. So Golden Knight, maybe someone needs to ask Sleeping Warrior to prove that this is an egg. You think he could? And yeah, guys, view, proof is only in law, mathematics, and formal logic. There's more. Proof is also in a couple other things, people. Baking with yeast and more yeast, I guess. Spirits, the purity of spirits. Yeah. It's so telling. They start with the conclusion. It's what they do. It's the opposite of the scientific method. We see it in Bob Nodell's 15 degrees an hour debacle. They weren't, and he says it in his interview. He makes it clear he's not interested in the actual process of science. He says that he wants to prove once and for all that the Earth does not rotate. That's his intention. And then what he's going to do is then seek out the things that support it. So he gets the gyroscope, hoping to prove his necessary conclusion. It didn't, so he rejected it. He tried it a different way, so he rejected it. He tried it a different way, so he rejected it. And it's all gone, right? I think in the process he destroyed it. So, Geistview says, bite me. Geistview, I think I have your quote on my proof page. Anybody know what my proof page is on my website? mc2.net/proof. Oh, no, that's not the... Oh, there it is. Yes. From Geistview. I'll put it up on screen right here. This is it. From Geistview. Science deals with the natural world. Science deals with what can be falsified. If it is proven or proved, then it can't be falsified. Everything in science can be falsified. A measurement can be falsified. An observation can be falsified. A theory can be falsified. What can't be falsified is the supernatural, because there's no way to test it. And mathematics and formal logic, because humans defined these. A measurement is only as accurate as the measuring stick used to measure it. I don't know where I saw you write that. I'm like, that is so good. Maybe you sent it to me. I don't know, but I love that. mc2.net/thanks Bob. I don't do the thanks Bob thing. The reason why, I mean, it's funny. It's funny that a flat earther tried and then all they did was measure the rotation. I use the part of the clip where he is showing that he doesn't like science. So, oh, look at this. Wow, we've got a guest. I interrupt this talk about science to bring you Turtle, my cat attorney at law. How you doing? Hey, what do you think, Turtle? What, you got some meows for us? Yeah? What? He's a little... What are you doing to me? His ears are back a little. He's getting big. He's not been fixed yet. We need to get him fixed. So, yeah, come on. What? Say hi. He's a good cat. He lets you do anything to him. So, all right. Thank you. Oh, there he goes. Runs away. What? You take him out? She took my water. She thought it was this. speaking of my cat attorney at law, the plagiarist emailed me today. Oh, he's so dumb. He's so dumb. All right. Talking about science. Where was I? Where was I? He must be the brother of my grandson's young cat. Cat attorney at paw. Yes. Darn it. Bish Mouth Greg, yes. Did Turtle defend you? Well, I mean, Gregory Garrett, the plagiarist, was just lying. He was not going to file suit against me. This one both criminal and civil suit that was going to be dismissed. I forgot what he said. No, none of that happened. He did nothing. He filed nothing. So. Henrik Engbert, I wish you would have debated Jeranism back a few years ago to Aaron Ra. You would have explained the evidence about the shape of the earth much better. Well, thank you. Aaron Ra's debate style is very specific and pretty powerful because it's strong just on logic. So, good heat shield. But yeah, I mean, anybody that has a good logical foundation can deal with it. But if you don't know the derp they're gonna bring, you get caught off guard. So when, who was it, Stinky Cash or another guy with a goofy name, like did sort of an ambush debate against a real scientist. The real scientist like, this makes no sense. None of what you're saying makes sense. They're unprepared for the derp. So anyway, I don't need these in anymore for right now because the guy who doesn't keep his word has left. So. Oh, Fum Duckery wants me to start from the beginning because I'm late. Good thing it reverses. You can just go back. Geistview says they assume flat. Any conclusion, test, or observation must reinforce the assumption. If it does not, then it is rejected. Flat Earth 101. The Zetetic method. Yes. And the Zetetic method was, I think it was basically invented for Flat Earth. It's a rejection of science. And instead relies, number one, on you personally doing things, which is exactly what this guy with no credibility now, no integrity, was thinking he was going to catch me out with, because he was insisting that I had to do all of the observations myself. That's not science. That is Zeteticism, but Zeteticism is just a, fancy way of saying denialism. But they never stick to Zeteticism because the Earth is flat isn't based on their own tests. They looked at Eric Dubé videos. They looked at things that somebody else did. If you look at this Mr. Change My Mind on Instagram, he posts things that he did not do. Well, I thought you had to do things yourself. Well, no. Zeteticism is only applied when they want to reject something. When they want to accept something, they use whatever they want, right? The barriers to acceptance go away at that point. So, oh, we've got another visitor. This one's a little more docile. This is Raccoon. How you doing, Raccoon? She's look at that. She's very calm. She's been fixed. And Turtle like chases her around all the time. She's like, leave me alone. So there it is. Next week, I might have 2 guest cats, Cusco and Cotton. So might have to, should we do all 4 of them next week? And the ferrets. 2 ferrets, 2 cats. Yes.
We are ferret and cat sitting for a few days. So there it is. Good raccoon. She doesn't mind being held upside down either. Look at that. Look at this. Perspective, what are you doing awake? There it is. You can just hold this one like this all day long. He's like, whatever. That's it. All right, there you go. Thank you. All the pets. No. So we're down one dog. Poor puppy. She was so sweet. Such a nice, friendly dog. We had her for about 14 years. Shadow, the 3-legged dog. When she broke her leg, she did not make one sound. She hopped in. Her arm was broke. She's like, looked at us, said, what do I do? So anyway. Yeah, she had to move back and change the live stream. So we need more dogs on stream. We only got one dog anymore. And she's 50. She's older. She's blind. There's between the wall and the piano, there's like a space about this big enough for her to go in. And so I'm in bed the other night. My wife's like, do you hear Diamond? Like, yeah, because she's still outside. Oh no, I let her in. Well, what's she doing? I come downstairs. There she's stuck between the wall and the piano, facing the wall. Can't get out. Poor dog. She's blind. She's very nice still. All right, we got Windbreaker for 50 Nokias. Says, I am no longer the puppy kicker. I shall from now on be known as the Windbreaker. Yes. The Windbreaker. Very nice. Oh, Doris says, let me rephrase. We need less cats on stream. All right, I'll get you a ferret. And oh no, we're going to have a fight. Jolene says more. Doris says less. I don't know. Maybe we should do a members only stream that's just cats and ferrets and dogs. Just pets. Just pets. Hey, Ranty, if you want, I'll send you the link. I'm going to send you the link. You can come on. You can come on. I got to find it. Where'd it go? Geez, in the last stream, I sent so many messages. So there it is. Ranty, if you're up for it, there it is. There it is. So, yes, do a cat stream. I'm too wasted, mate. 2 bottles of red down already. 2 bottles? Holy cow, that sounds even better, Ranty. Ranty, you definitely need to come on now. I don't know what you're talking about. I want 2 bottles of red deep, Ranty, on my stream right now. Who wants that? Let's see. All right, this is the Gin Demon talking. Says, why don't you want me on? You're funny. I don't know who you are though. Are you Lael? You kind of sound like Lael. I don't know. Yeah, come on, Ranty. Look at that. Look at all the people. They're like, Ranty, we need you. We need more Ranty. I got it is Lael. I thought. We've got Ranty. We've got a Ranty in the house. Are you gonna be on stream or on video? Or is it just your sultry voice? Oh, hold on. They can't hear you yet. Darn it. Oh, what did I do? Okay, now say something.
Hey,
there
well, I'd love to be on camera, but
he's not wearing it. I mean, no.
Squinty-eyed, beer all over my face, and top, no.
He's got a V of wetness from drinking the red wine.
Actually, after I was on the top left before, I started watching some videos, the reaction videos like Lord of the Rings and stuff, and some of the reaction videos to them made me spit out my red wine. Yes, so
So he does confirmed. He's got the yep.
Afraid so. Listen, I can't hide it.
Drinking red wine from the bottle like an American savage.
Why not?
I tell you, I had Witsit was on. The last time he was on, maybe I don't know if it was I think it was the last time he was on my stream. He was mad at me and he came in all hot and he was drunk. And in earbuds, you really hear it. And I gotta tell you, you don't sound nearly as drunk as he was at the time.
Well, I did start at what time did I start? It was a few hours ago. It was about 8 hours ago. So it's not like I've sucked it. I've not glugged 2 bottles of wine in 2 hours. It's been a gradual thing. So, but it is. Hang on, wait a minute. And I didn't even realize this. It's 20 to 4 in the morning.
Yes,
right? It's 20 to 4, and oh my goodness, I have no idea how I've even stayed awake this long. I think I'm hyper. I'm just hyper. I mean, we had a great stream before.
Yes.
And, that was so funny. and time's just ticked on by. What can I say?
Yeah. Let's see. Somebody says, S. Aston says later Ranty will observe the curve of his kitchen floor.
I'll admit, I will observe the curve of the bed when I get into the middle of it and I sink in it.
and feel the rotation.
I will definitely feel rotate. Well, there'll be definitely a lot of spinning going on. The spinning going on now, to be fair. I don't think I could manage 3 bottles of wine, though. To be fair, I mean, from what I used to drink, to what I'm, it's kind of like been, I don't know, just like an average day. What can I say?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, I'm saying it's an average day. It's not. About 6 months ago, I really stopped drinking quite a lot. So it's only been in the last couple of weeks that I've had a little bit now and then, and tonight I've just had 2 bottles. I don't know why, but it's not affecting me as much as your average person, probably because I was used to it. So
yeah,
but that's why I lost all that weight, because I gave up drinking.
makes
I lost
sense.
3 stone. I lost 3 stone by not drinking.
How much is a stone in freedom units?
42 pound.
Wait, a stone is 42 pounds?
Sorry. A 3 stone is 42 pound. A stone is 14 pound.
14 pounds. You're like metric for some things, imperial for some things, and then stone. All right. This is the Jin Demon talking. Says, please cast the plasma gem out of Ranty on stream. Okay. I will do that. To do that, obviously, what I need to use is my slide rule.
Okay.
This is my trigonometric slide rule, so it does sine and cosine, tangent, and Jin leave. I don't know. Is that the way to do it? I hope. Are they gone?
Yes, it's definitely gone now.
There we go.
There we go.
Got it. How many sheep is that? Well, sheep. It's not enough to just say sheep. You know about sheep units, Ranty, right?
Oh goodness, no. What's a sheep unit?
Well, so this whole imperial and metric, thing that happens. I'll share my screen to you because you're gonna have to see it. It's the wave of the future is sheep units.
Okay.
So it's units based on sheep. Scottish sheep units. There it is. So like the length, 1 sheep length is the snout to rump length of a 2-year-old ewe. Yeah, you didn't know this.
Wait a minute. Where? Oh, this is. Oh, right. Wait a minute. This is on your mctoon.net, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I pulled together all the.
You're changing the world. Actually, you should make some sheep coin. Never mind Bitcoin. Sheep coin's the way to go. You could own 1/100th of a sheep coin.
Wow. And
for
is
about £10 in UK sterling.
what's it made out of? Is it made out of a disc of a Rams thing?
No, it's made from the diffraction limit.
Oh. I don't know how you make things with diffraction. That's awesome. I love it. So all right, so like there's length and there's depth. Well, depth is length, right? No, a wooltom is the depth of the wool of the stomach of the 4-year-old North Country Cheviot ram during mating season. While this may seem to be a length analog unit, it is strictly forbidden to use wooltom to measure anything other than depth. See the Interscot Standardization Meeting of 1734.
I have heard that depth is quite important to quite a lot of people, especially women. They prefer depth.
Rumor has it. Yep. So let's see. We got area, volume, velocity. See, velocity. Sheep panic is the speed an average Highland ram will travel at when unexpectedly encountering an Englishman in a state of undress. Generally held to be quite fast. After experimentation, it's 3.6 sheep lengths per shake of a sheep's tail.
Although velocity could also be sort of like reinvented as vibration strength.
Interesting. But here's the problem. If you go down to time, 3 shakes of a sheep tail unknown. So it's the amount of time in the sheep units is actually undefined still.
To be fair, 3 shakes and, I've heard of it, bang, bang, gone, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, it seems fair, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Is that back to the sudden meeting of it with Englishmen and undress?
Yes.
Are you an Englishman?
Afraid so.
Okay, there we go. And we get to wait. A Kudam is the weight of old Thayich Makora's prize-winning ram Yoan, the day it turned 27 years oldie in 1634.
Okay.
But there's 2 units of weight. The other one is 1 Kudam jewel, which is the weight of one of Yoan's jewels. The day he was turned into haggis. So there you go. I'm surprised you didn't know about this. This is the wave of the future. People,
I honestly didn't know that. Is there a way that I can purchase one of, some coin?
Some sheep coin. Well, who do we know that lives in Scotland?
Dell might be the one. Yeah,
well, Mr. Unite for the Children says sheep coin. I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, hang on. Wait, but FTFE? FTFE's
yeah,
there.
that was a complete setup for that, and you missed it.
I'm sorry. We can still contact him, though. Right, let's go back. Let's say it again. It was FTFE, right?
There you go. Let's see. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something. It was going to be great.
When does it launch? When do you launch the sheep coin? When does that come out?
We got to get the funding. We got to do the first round, second round, third round. We got to do the IPO. It's a lot of work. We got to get the whole development crew together, and it'll be hosted on AWS, of course. And
yeah. It could be just for the debunking community, to be fair. Because we'll be buying sheep coin, won't we?
Andreas says that Andreas L said we should hire FTFE's wife to do a voiceover of the sheep units. She does have a bit more Scottish accent than Craig's Bristolian accent.
Steve says, say sheep coin 10 times fast. Was that to me or to you? Maybe.
Let's go with you.
Oh my God. What? Because I've had a drink. Right. Okay. Here we go. Right. 10 times. And I've got to say it without messing up. Right. Okay. Here we go. Right. 3, 2, 1. Sheep coin, 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 sheep coin.
Hey, you did it.
I did it.
There you go.
That's with 2 bottles of red down my neck.
There you go. Oh, well.
That's the English for you, eh?
That's it.
I've heard that the Americans can't handle their alcohol, you know?
I can't. I'll tell you that. I cannot. I'm a cheap date, I'll tell you.
Oh, well, we'll have to go for a drink then.
I would love, I've said when I get to 100,000 subscribers, I'll come to England. So people, go, help.
How far are you away from the 100,000?
Well, I'm nearing 15,000.
So it's not that far away then, you know?
Yeah.
There's a couple of months maybe.
Couple months.
With a bit of wind behind you.
Yeah. It's YouTube is fickle. It you'll hit something and it'll just go crazy. Or not.
No.
Or not.
Getting the right thing, isn't it? I think shorts are the way to go.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I've only ever made one short. Sorry, I've made 2 now because I made one for myself, which I just released earlier. But the one that I made about 3.5 weeks ago, I gave it away to Limey Play because, well, the Triggered Limey is called now. So I gave it away to him because I'd just put a poll out asking, did my audience want to hear about frauditors and stuff? And when they said no, I'd made this short, and I thought, oh, well, they've said they don't really want to listen to this. So I gave it away to Limey Play. It's had 1.1 million views now.
What?
1.1 million views.
But how many subscribers did he get from that?
Oh, he got well, he'd just been on Simon Dan's, but judging from what I got from Simon Dan's and what I got and how it tailed off, I would say that he probably got about 12 or 1,400 subscribers from that one video. Yeah.
From a short or from the Simon Dan?
From the short. No, from the short.
Wow.
So he was just over 1,000 on his when he went on Simon Dan's, and then judging if it was a like for like kind of thing. And I was kind of tracking it, and then his short just took off. It was really weird. His short just took off, and it was just getting like 150,000 views every day. And you could see his subscribers going up 150, 200 every day. So it was kind of like step for step for that. So
well, good. I did a few, but it's been forever. So I suppose I should. What do you think? Should I, people?
Yeah, I think shorts are the way to go. I don't think I've seen one of your shorts though. The weird thing is, I don't think YouTube has actually said to me, watch one of your shorts.
Yeah, I don't get any more views on them anymore. But I did it just after they introduced the features, so maybe that's why my response was kind of.
Did you record them in
vertical
960 as well? Yeah.
Yeah, it was let's see, Davey Duarte, Water's Always Level guy.
Yep.
And it was after our debate when he used to try to prove the earth is flat, his own words, prove. He sent the measurements of the Bolivian salt flats that were measured using the space shuttle.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, the space shuttle measured the space in orbit around the spherical Earth. The space shuttle was his measure. So I made a short of that. Yeah.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I'm really confused with. Well, I'm not confused. I am. I was in that situation myself. Where you listen to these people behind the scenes. So, but the two-faced. Well, it's not even two. I don't know even what you describe it. It's not two-faced. It's like on the one hand, they'll deny refraction for one thing, and on the other, they'll accept refraction for another. And yet the same with, you know, the Bolivian salt flats, what you just said. It's like, oh, they'll use the ISS for that. You know, it's like, and then on the other hand, they'll say space is fake. And I didn't get that, you know.
Yeah,
well, get it.
I get their refraction thing, because they've never actually investigated to see what refraction does. Right?
Oh, guess what I found today?
What?
Guess what I found today? I can't believe that. Right. So you obviously seen the video that I did with the lighthouse. Yeah.
Yes.
But I was looking through the archives and I found another video. And at the time, I thought I was down at the beach and I thought I was seeing a different distant landmass, because on the little screen on the P1000, with the sun shining on it, you can't really see much. You know, there's such a glare.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, I was sure I was seeing something weird at the horizon, looking at these wind turbines, and I was pretty sure it was the Isle of Man. And when I got home and I looked at it, I just thought I just saw all this kind of haze and mist and stuff, and I just discarded it and just forgot all about it. Anyway, I saw the video again today, and it's an absolute representation of what you see on the Black Swan, where you get the solid water, you know, the darker water leading up to this very light area that seems to be refracted water, you know, sort of like lifted up. And this was literally, and I was scanning from left to right, and you could see the transition. You could see it transitioning from solid water to this refracted water, you know, increasing the height of the horizon. It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
That's cool. You gonna do
it
a video
really
on
is.
that?
It's like, well, no, I've uploaded it onto the chat. I was so like, oh, this is great, because obviously it was like trying to say, you know, when you look at it now, it's absolute proof that the horizon and what you see is refracted up. It was literally viewing refraction. And I've uploaded it to my channel unlisted. So if you want the video, I'll give it to you. You know, I mean, you know, I'll give you the link and you can download it, upload it to your MC2. I'm not going to release it as a video, you know, but I have put it on YouTube for people if they want it for research purposes.
That sounds cool.
Because once you see it, you'll know what I mean. Once you actually watch the video, because it's quite a long video, you'll see it in action, what it does.
Yeah, that the boundary layers of refraction.
Yes, yeah, and you even see it transitioning from small to large, then it breaks up, then you can see the wind turbines behind it, then it blocks out the wind turbines, you have boats going in front of it, and then you could literally say, oh, this boat in front of it, now look at the horizon behind it, oh, it's extended by so far. But you actually watch that actually, you know, become a reality because of this refraction. You actually saw it on the video. So it's incredibly useful, because I haven't seen another video like that. So if you want it,
yeah, send me the link. I'll have a look at it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I know I'm waffling, but it is because it's like, you know, that was my, you know, optics was what I looked into, and sort of like overlooking that at the time as a flirt. You know, so it's research that's gone unnoticed, you know, because it was never released as a video, but it does prove the Black Swan is just bollocks. You know, it literally disproves that.
Absolutely. All right, you know what I'm gonna do?
Yes.
Is this flurf triggering here?
Huh? Me? Hang on, wait a minute. Let me get this link. One sec.
Can you see? Can you see what?
Copy link. One sec. Well, hold on. One sec. Oh my God! Yes, it is. It is. Do you know why?
I started.
Do you know why?
Do I know why? Why?
Yes. Do you know the reason why that is triggering to the flirts?
No, not really.
You have to look at right. I promise you. Right, give it 30 seconds. See if somebody in the chat mentions it, and if they don't, I'll tell you.
Okay.
And this will prove why this is why I know this is triggering to the Flurfs and what they will do with it. So let's see.
Is it that there's flat panels?
I'm saying nothing.
No. Okay. All right.
I'm not going to say a single word.
Yeah. Gorillas says flat panels. Microraptor says flat panels. Mike 71 says that. Or I think the Kitsune Cavalier is onto it. Says Lego globes or no, where to go. Indoctrination of children.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is that though? Oh, it's not.
That's a good one. That's a good one. But it isn't that. It isn't that. I think it's been 30 seconds. But it is the flat panels. It's the localized flatness. So in the minds of the Flurfs, because you see refraction and it looks flat, right? They'll take that as a kick in the teeth because they'll be saying this is localized flatness. And what you're saying is that it's flat. They'll take the flat panels and say that it's flat. So yes, it will absolutely trigger them 100%.
Well,
right, I'll send you this link. Right, so there you go. So there's a link to the
all right, I'll look at that. All right, so I already have the stream set up, and so I'm gonna switch over to that. And Ranty, you need to go to bed.
I do. Yes.
So I will bid you adieu. How's my French? Don't know.
I don't know. I don't speak French.
Me neither. Clearly, my kid took 2 years of French. He's no good. Tell you, sorry, kid, you're terrible at French. He's like, I know. So anyway,
I know croissant. Can I just say croissant? Croissant.
Yes.
Bye bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Be sure to check in as I build this. I'm gonna Punchy on. We're gonna build this. Build more of this here and just talk because I haven't talked to Punchy for a while. So thanks a lot. Thanks, Ranty. Glad to have you, and we'll see everybody in a little bit. Bye.
Bye bye.